Oh! Grand salami, baby! Boom! We're back, and we're better than ever.
Back. Football is back.
Football is back. And you got the #1 and the #2 tag team champions of the world, Julian Edelman
And Robert Gronkowski. What do you think, Gronk?
I think basically everything you're saying, but to another level. The Celtics, they were awesome. They took care of us. It was easier to get floor seats at a Celtics game than it was to get our own tickets to our family members to our games.
That's right.
Big Papi always took care of us when we came to the Red Sox games, too.
That's right.
They were champions. Celtics were champions. Even the Bruins were champions. It was the city of champions, Boston. And our fan base, unbelievable. The best fan base in all of sports, the New England area, hands down.
There's another guy in here in this building today, Derek Jeter, that might have something to say about that. But we'll let that sleep for a second.
I'll give him a little beating right now. Oh, I love the Scream series, so I would be the Scream guy. Just
What is the Scream guy?
running
The
around.
clown?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't a Scream. It was like a what?
So it's going to be a reason to be scared.
Well, Julian, good news. It was a full moon last night.
But it's not today.
How do you know that?
They still have the powers.
Is this what would go down? Like you thought like Belichick was doing like some crazy. This is the conversation.
Yeah.
in the Patriots locker room?
100%. Yeah. Half the time I was drawing pictures to Gronk.
Bill would just shake his head.
All day.
I love the story that you told on Collins today that you would bring the Staples Easy button, and in practice, every time you scored, you'd write, "This is easy."
Yeah, so I brought it in my second year, actually, when I was just dominating left and right in the red zone area. And I put it behind the goalpost, and I knew I was going to have an in route that practice. So I said, Tom, make sure you throw me the ball on this play. I run the in route, he throws it to me. I catch it literally 1 foot away from the goalpost, bent down, grab the easy button, just start clicking. It's perfect.
Bill's just swinging it like,
It's
God
so
damn.
good.
You're gonna stock walk through the door. We're practice, so I'm warmed up like that. Boom. Just like that.
What's wrong with you?
There's nothing wrong with me. I'm super excited, and I'm going to be feeling the best when I land.
Oh, man. And Gronk has landed.
Gronk spike!
There we go.
It just felt really good, and then you're still falling, and then after like a minute, you're like, when's this parachute gonna go? Yeah, and then he unleashed the parachute, and let me tell you, this thing went whop, and I was like, oh! that was the hardest part about it, that's for sure.
That part you may would have kept to yourself.
Yes, and Howie told me this was the helmet he wore as well. And Jimmy coached the guys that wore these helmets. But I feel like I'm a throwback player now in the 1970s. So Jimmy, I know how you feel. Well, here's a cool story. I put my number on a piece of paper, gave it to ex-player Jermaine Wiggins there, and he slipped my number to my now girlfriend at that event. And that was 10 years ago. And to celebrate that, 10-year anniversary, we went to the Children's Hospital to give back for Thanksgiving
That's
2
a
days
great
ago.
story.
Yes.
You can pick up more than just food there at the food bank, apparently. All right,
Good karma points. That's
Hey, you
what
know
it
what?
is. So when you guys spike the ball, you want the biggest boom as possible when the ball hits the ground. You want all of New York City to feel the earthquake the ball is going to cause. So I'm going to spike it with one hand. I want the most power from you two kids. So you guys are going to spike it with 2 hands and throw it down as hard as you possibly can with the belly of the football right there, so it will bounce sky high. You guys ready? The Gronk spike?
Let's go.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Gronk spike. Boom! Touchdown. Go crazy. Go crazy. I actually gave Julian a little preview last week.
He did.
He called a timeout after the first line. He said, I need 10 more tequila shots before
Yeah,
I
he
keep
needed
on listening to
a
you.
little juice.
Okay, come on.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
Everyone.
That's not bad.
Speaking of the Ravens, Gronk, you had what you've called the funniest play of your career against them. Which one was
Yes,
it?
I sure did. A nice catch right up the seam. The guy can't tackle me. A lot of guys can't tackle me, so they hold on for their dear life. So they're pulling my clothes and all that. So we're going to call this, what are we going to call this, Julian?
This is Eat My Shorts play.
Eat my
Oh,
shorts
eat my
play.
shorts.
You know, Fox,
He's
it's
trying
a
to
Fox
tackle
show.
me. He accidentally pulled down my pants a little bit. His face mask was kind of like right up to my butt cheeks.
It
My
happened.
shorts.
It was literally like watching an 8th grader play against 2nd graders when you were watching Gronk play. It was so funny because when you ran next to Gronk, he was laughing And you could hear the ground because he's like a Clydesdale, and he'd be laughing on the field while guys try to
By
tattoo
the way,
him.
but for a defense, you're gonna be like, are you kidding me? This guy is just laughing as he's making me look a fool.